Hello, crew. How are you? We're going to talk about Messenger today. How many of you use Messenger a lot? So you're in Messenger pretty much daily. You've got a lot going on in Messenger. So share with me how important Messenger is to you and your business. I certainly know in this field, this industry that we're in, if you're in, home-based business industry, networking, direct sales, those kind of things, we deal a lot with obviously communicating with people in Messenger, and it can get overwhelming. If you're a leader of any sort in this industry, you may be doing what we call in the industry three-way calls. So it's a prospect, it's the sponsor, whatever you call them in your business, and you. And when you get into those positions, you can end up in a lot of three-way chats. So my Messenger is crazy. Because I'm in Australia, I wake up in the morning and I deal with a lot of people, and have a global team. So I wake up to a lot of messages between what I do online and my network marketing team. My Messenger blows up overnight when I'm sleeping. So I wake up to an explosion. And sometimes it's difficult to be organized in Messenger. So what I'm going to share with you today is just a few little hacks that might help you get noticed in Messenger if you've fallen way down the pecking order in somebody's Messenger inbox. So it may not be that they're even deliberately ignoring you. It just might be that you've been pushed down because the newest message will always sit at the top. So you might have a few messages, and whoever gets in there last will be sitting at the top, and things do tend to get pushed down. So things can get a little bit missed. Organizing people, organizing prospects. I'll give you a tip for that. So I'm just going to go a few things with you regarding Messenger, which unfortunately Messenger doesn't really have a filing system as such to move people around and get them really organized. But there are some little things that Messenger gives us to utilize to help just maybe organize it a bit better than you already do. Okay, so if we haven't met before, my name is Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain, and I am here to serve this amazing community that we have. Our online crew is what we call them. So if anyone's brand new to this community, please make yourself known and say hello so we can give you a special shout out. What we do here is share tips and strategies regarding how to build your business online with modern social media strategies, not old school spammy tactics like I spoke about yesterday. If you missed my Facebook Live yesterday, then please go and watch that. That's a pretty good example of what not to do in the industry. But what brought me here is frustrations with building the traditional way. And it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to hassle my family and friends anymore. I want to learn how to do this online. I know people are doing it. I know people are doing it successfully. So how can I learn to do it? And that brought me here. Okay, so Janice, you just gave me an angry face. I know you didn't mean to. Isn't that funny that you can hover when you're going live? I can hover over the faces. Janice, I know you love me and I love you. Don't give me an angry face. Anyway, what do I want to share with you? A couple of quick things. The boot camp next week. If you guys need to get yourself organized for 2021, if you want to plan your first quarter of 2021 now while we're in December, and you can go into, January knowing what it is that you're going to achieve, money-wise, you-wise, because it all comes down to you at the end of the day, whether you're successful or not. It's all in your head. It's all in your mind and what you do. So we'll sort you out, but also a bit of a business plan and an action plan and those kind of things. So if you would like help with that, moving into next year, then join us next week for your Breakthrough Year Bootcamp. Okay, I'll work with you guys for 3 days, an hour or two each of those days. It's all recorded. If you can't join us live, just get into the group so you can get access to the training. All the details are above. Now, I did want to warn you, those of you that are here and are going to catch the replay of this before tomorrow, I'm not going live tomorrow because I am attending a 3-day training delivered out of the US, which works shockingly for me in Australia. anything US-based training. So it starts at 3:30 a.m. tonight for me, and we'll go through till about lunchtime every day, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. So yeah, that starts at 3:30 a.m. tonight for me. Hopefully I'll be able to get into bed tonight and then wake up and do it. So I'll actually still be in that training when I normally go live. I'll put some pictures up and show you what's going on and show you my weary face. But that's what I'm doing, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night from 3:30 a.m. till about 12 a.m. the next day. Then I'll try to sleep during the day and get up and do it all over again for the next 3 days. So if you're wondering what that's all about, it's about really intensive training regarding influence. So how to build influence on social media. So if I feel inclined, I will share some learnings from you guys, and also copywriting skills, which if you are doing anything on social media, you're going live, you're writing posts, you're doing Facebook advertising, you need to learn copywriting skills. So it's really advanced skills in both those areas. Okay. So just a warning on that one. And keep going, video challenges. You're doing amazing. We're a few days in. It's only a 7-day challenge. So for those of you in the free 7-day video challenge, you're doing amazing so far. Okay, so let's see who's here. We got Tasha. Hello, Tasha. Lovely to see you here. Hi, Chantel. Hello, Dean. How are you? Tons. So this is Messenger, obviously. Me, Messenger, use Messenger a lot. Hello, Christine. Hello, Olive. We've got Heather here as well. Hello, Beth. Cherie's here. Yes, I use it a lot. What would you do without Messenger, guys? Would it make a massive impact on your business? I bet it would. Heather, yes, I use it all the time. Hello, anybody that appears like that just means you're watching from my group, not my page, and you just need to give the little piece of software that I'm using permission for me to see who you are. So there's a link up above. It says streamyard.com/Facebook, and then I'll be able to see who it is. Hello, Susan. Good to see you on. Don't go a single day without using it. I reckon most people would probably agree with you there, Tasha. Hello, Jeanette. Good to see you on. Hello, Rick. How are you? We've got Sheila as well. Cynthia, use Messenger every day, sometimes several times each day. Same. That angry face was not for you. I was trying to turn up. Janice, I know it wasn't deliberate. You can actually hover over it and change it if you want to, but it's all good. I know that wasn't intentional. Just giving you a bit of flack. I use Messenger all the time. Cherie, yeah, I'm in the boot camp. Can't wait for the info. Awesome, Chantel. Good morning from a hot Brisbane. What does hot mean? What temperature are you on? Anna, love to know. You're going to be exhausted. I know. Look out for my first live video next week. I tell you, I'm going to have bags under my eyes, and then we've got the boot camp next week, and it'll be interesting to see how I hold up. I'm sure I'll be fine. I've done it plenty of times before. I love learning. Guys, when you stop learning, you're dying. Honestly, you've always got to learn new things. So I look forward to what I can learn and maybe what I can bring back to you guys. Sounds exciting. Oh, surprise visitor sounds good, Chantel. Use Messenger all the time. My favorite, quick communication. Absolutely. Man, my Messenger is crazy. That means that you are busy in your business, which is a good problem to have, Beth. Please share. We will be happy to hear and see all about your training. Okay, we'll do. Definitely impact without it for sure. Okay, so let's get into it. First thing I want to share with you is something that you want to use sparingly and not obnoxiously, okay? So I'm going to share with you something that we call a social media nudge, okay? So it's a little nudge in Messenger to just let somebody know that you're there, but you're not actually saying anything, okay? But when you do this nudge, and you do this thing in Messenger, it puts you right back up to the top of somebody else's Messenger. So where you would use this, and this is where I say do it sparingly, don't use it obnoxiously. I'm giving you some cool tools here, guys, but not to use ever in any kind of spammy way, whatever I teach you, okay? Use it respectfully. Let's say you're sharing something with somebody in Messenger. You've message them about something, you're sharing some information, and they haven't responded. So you've got that whole mental stuff going on where you've looked at it. I know they've read it. Why haven't they responded? Now, this is where one of the 4 agreements, if you haven't read that book, I swear I should be on royalties for this book, but I'll show it again. This book, The 4 Agreements, one of these 4 agreements, great book. Read it at least once a year, guys. One of those agreements is just don't make assumptions. Don't assume somebody's ignoring you. Don't assume just because somebody's seen it and they haven't responded that they don't want what you have, or all that kind of crap that goes on through your head. Somebody might have read your message when they were busy, when they're at work. So they've had enough time just to skim it, but they haven't had enough time to respond. So when you can get rid of assumptions, you'll lead a lot happier life, okay? So let's say there's that going on and somebody's read it and they haven't responded. It's been like 24 hours or so and you want to follow up with them. Or you've followed up with somebody a couple of times and they've said, I'll get back to you. Or, yep, really busy. I'll have a look tomorrow. And the same thing goes on. You know those messages, guys? You know those prospects that keep hanging on and you're just like, I don't want to really message them again and hassle them. But I kind of want to get an answer. So one, just deal with it and just ask them, or send a breakup message. That's one way to deal with it. But we can do what we call a social media nudge. So what I mean by a social media nudge is you do something in the messenger with that person, but you're just playing around with messenger. But because you've done this action, it sends you straight back up to the top of their messenger. So the social media nudge means you're nudging somebody. You're actually getting back at the top of their list of messenger and putting you back on their radar. So they might go, oh, I haven't got back to Helen yet, just because of the action that I take. So I'll share with you what it is. Now, I haven't set up my phone on the screen today just because I don't want to expose anybody or anything or any conversation in my private messenger. So I'm just going to show you things like that and then pull back. So I'm doing that deliberately and not actually showing you on screen, just for respect of privacy of private conversations that I'm having in my messenger. But I am going to show you some things, okay? Now, I'm going to use my messenger, because I send myself things in messenger. So I'm just going to pull myself up. Actually, I'll just comment in my own chat to pull myself. Where am I, Helen? Too many messages. I'm not at the top of my own messenger at the moment. So I'll just change that. And this is what I'm going to share with you. So I'll give myself a party. Okay. So point in case and what I just did. I've gone to Messenger, and I'm just using myself as an example. I've gone to Messenger and pulled up my own self in Messenger. Okay, so Helen Martin. So I'm not using any of you guys specifically, although I probably could. There's probably a couple of you that would help me out here, but I'm just using myself. And so I'm going to go into, so can you see that Helen Martin is sitting straight up the top of my Messenger there now? Because I went and did an action. I didn't send a message. I actually just did something in Messenger. So here's what I want to share with you regarding a social media nudge. You can change the chat theme. You can change the emoji in the chat. You can even put a nickname to the chat, which I'll share with you what that means and how we do that in a second, because there's a couple of benefits for that. And you will nudge your name right up to the top of somebody else's messenger. So let's say you're in that situation where you don't really want to send them another message, but you want to get your face back on their radar. So you can do this little social media nudge, and by doing this, you'll appear at the top of their messenger. So what I can do is I'm sitting up the top there, okay? So I can go into me, and I've got like this love hearts sort of theme. So just by changing the theme, what happens, so I'm not sending them a message, I'm just changing the theme. But when I do that, it's going to send a message to the other person saying Helen has changed the theme, okay? So if I go into my name, okay, it brings up these options. I've shared with you how to do this before, but not with the intention of a social media nudge, okay? So if I go into theme, and I can choose an actual theme for, the background. I can change it to, tie-dye. Okay, so that's going to look different in a second when I go back to it. And I can also change the emoji. Now, a theme is quite in your face. if you change the theme. That's okay if you know the person well. If you're trying to be more subtle, just change the emoji. That's all you need to do. So go into the emoji, okay, and just choose a different like emoji. Just maybe I'll choose love hearts 1. So I've changed the emoji. So guess what's going to happen on the flip side of that? Whoever I did that with, can you guys hear Harley snoring? He doesn't actually snore much anymore because he's lost so much weight, but he's actually snoring in the background. I don't know if you can hear him. But just by changing, oh, Harley's my dog if you didn't know that. Just by changing the emoji, now on the other side of that, if I go back into, oh, Olive, stop it. Olive is playing while while we're doing this, and guess who just popped up? Did you just send me a social media nudge, Olive? Which she did. So she's just gone, she's obviously playing along while we're doing it. And can you see, but great example, thank you, Olive. Can you see Olive set the emoji to, what is that? It's a bow. But just by doing that, Olive has popped up to the top of my social media feed in Messenger. So I'm now got Olive on my radar, but Olive hasn't sent me a message. Olive hasn't followed me up. Olive hasn't asked me a question. She's only changed the emoji. So, oh, Janet, stop it. So what you'll see with mine, change the chat theme to tie-dye, and set the emoji to and set the emoji to. Okay, so the tie-dye is quite in your face. That one's not wrong if you know the person, you know, better. It can be quite interesting. It's like, oh, how the hell did they do that? That might trigger that because not many people know how to do that. And you can also change the color as well. So that's what we call a little social media nudge, in just subtly changing the emoji. And like Olive and Janet have just done, they're straight up the top of my Messenger. So now if I'd forgotten about them, if there was something they asked me, let's say, because Olive helps me out in stuff with my business. Let's say Olive's asked me a question and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get back to her. And I've completely forgotten about it. Olive could go and change the emoji and it'd be straight away probably, oh, shit, I didn't get back to Olive. I better go and answer a question. Like, just, it's really, really subtle, but don't overuse it with your prospects. Not that they would know that you're using it on anyone else, but it's just a little subtle way to get your name at the top of somebody's Messenger feed. Okay, so that's the theme and the emoji. Now, if I go back into me, you might have seen the third one. Nickname. Okay, would you what do you think about that first one? Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that's something that you can add to your tool belt just to have up your sleeve if you need it? Let me know if you would use that and you think that's pretty cool. I think it's cool because I think it's a subtle way to get the attention of somebody without you know, saying, oh, what do I say? How do I follow them up? I've already sent them 2 messages and they're not replying to me. Just go and change the theme or the emoji and you'll get back on their radar, okay? Now, you'll see the third one, nickname. Now, how you use this one is, and I've tested this and I'll show you how this works. If you want to organize people in Messenger, then use nickname. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say you've got friends and family in your Messenger, you've got teammates in your Messenger from your network marketing team, and you've got prospects in your Messenger. Potentially you could be networking with a lot of people in your business. You can separate all those people by giving them a nickname individually, which could be a name, but what works well is an emoji. So let me share with you what I mean. So nickname. So I've already put a nickname to mine. Can you see that that I've got a palm tree now next to my name? That's because I clicked in there. Nickname. Helen will only see this in the conversation. So that's the other person, like I'm a third person here. Helen Martin, and I've put the palm tree. So I've just typed their name in, but I've put an emoji at the end of it. So let me give you the example where you could use this. Let's say you're prospecting and social media and you're using Messenger a lot. But you lose who's a team, you know, like in your messenger, whoever messaged you last is going to sit at the top. So it could be a teammate, it could be family. So then your prospects are going further down. Maybe your people in three-way chats, that's going further down. If you've got a busy messenger, it's just, you know, a pecking order with whoever, you know, messaged you last. When you do that, you can then search in your messenger by the emoji, and that group of people will show up. So let's say you're prospecting in Messenger and you've got 10 people that you prospected yesterday, and you want to follow them up with, you know, a message a couple of days later, but they're all embedded in everyone else's messenger from your teammates and your family and your friends and whatever's going on. If you give them a nickname with an emoji on the end, this is then what you can do to just find those people, to know who to follow up with. So I can just go into the search of my messenger, and I've got just a few people that I tested this with, so I'll show you how it works. And all I did is put the, so you'll see up the top there, Janet has got the star. That's because I gave Janet the star as a nickname. So now if I go to search and I put that star, guess what comes up? Only the people with the star. I can search my messenger for all the prospects that I gave an emoji to, and now I know directly right there who to follow up with. Okay, so this can be a really handy thing to sort your messenger with individuals. Now, here's the thing that you want to just be mindful of. Unfortunately, this is a bummer for me, but I get around it in another way that we've always done in our team, and it works well. I'll share that in a second. It doesn't work with group chats. Okay, if you want it to work with a group chat, you would have to give everybody in the group chat the same emoji. So it doesn't work when there's more than one people. This is just an individual one. So they're individuals that I gave all the star. So let's say these were all prospects of mine. And because I'm identifying them as a prospect with a particular emoji, I can just go to my messenger, put the star in, and then all those people come up. Pretty cool. Okay. Just to share with you how I organize my three-way chats, because I am in a lot of them with our team, is we call our messenger chats a particular way, and the team is taught that. So when you put somebody in a group chat, it might be Helen and Mary and Bob. Okay, so the messenger chat ends up being Helen, Mary, and Bob. That's the three names of the group chat. If you just keep doing that just with names, you're going to have one hell of a problem as a leader in the industry, because you're not going to be able to find, you know, who was that person and which chat was it, and you know, it can get very confusing. So we call our messenger chats the prospect's name, and then a particular identifier for our company, and then chat. So all the three-way chats that we have, they add people into the chat, and then we label it a certain way. So I can, because I'm on a lot of three-way calls, and I do a lot of launch calls for our team that have joined, and there's a lot of people that I deal with. And if it's, you know, one of my teammates, ambassadors, you know, sponsors, you know, whatever you call it in your company, then I might not remember everybody's name, but I can go into my messenger and go to that search button, and I can put the two remaining words that we identify our messenger chats by, and all those chats for my team all just come up in the one spot. So for group chats, it's all in the labeling of the name of the group chat. So don't ever leave a group chat just with the names of the people in it. You actually go into the group chat and change the name of the chat. So like we're doing the emoji for individuals, group chats, you want to have a common name at the end of the chat. So then you can go back into the search button like I just did and just put the star in there, and all those names come up. I can go into the search button and put the name of the chats, and then all my three-way messenger chats come up in the one spot, and I can look through them for the prospect's name. Okay, so that's a good way as to how to organize, you know, messenger. Now, what else have I got? So that's nickname, the chat groups. Right, here's a couple of other things. And this has changed. Mine's changed in the last week, how my messenger looks. as far as the options go. So if you go back into your messenger and you don't tap on the person, but you slide. Okay, now I've got an iPhone, so just obviously all my training, if it's different with an Android, Olive, you're awesome for that. If there's any kind of difference here that you can test for yourself and let us know in the chat, that would be amazing. But what we want to do for what I'm going to share with you next is don't click on the person's name, you swipe. So I'm going to go back to Helen, okay? And if I tap on it, obviously it's going to open it up, but I don't want to back. So I'm going to Helen and I'm actually going to swipe to the left. Okay, so I haven't opened it up, I've swiped to the left. Okay, now I can set a notification, I can trash that person. Don't ever delete messenger messages. It doesn't work like your email, like cleaning out an email inbox. Don't ever delete, because when you delete emails, you just delete the individual emails. In a messenger box like this, don't ever delete a message. Okay, just go and hide it. You never know when you're going to need it again. Okay, so I've swiped to the left. I'm going to click on those 3 lines, and this is all I've got now. I had about 5 or 6 options last week, but that's all I've got. Archive or mark as unread. So I can read something and mark it as unread. Whoop-de-doo. And the only other option I've got now is archive. So I'd be really interested to see if you guys have limited options from an iPhone or what options you have from an Android when you swipe, if that's what you do on an Android, whether you swipe. So what you can do to clear out your messenger, maybe you've dealt with a prospect, but it's over. They've said no, or you've chased them that many times and they're still ghosting you. You've sent the breakup message. There was still no reply. It's time to let go, okay? What you would do with this person, so I'm going to go and do this to myself now. So was that me? Yep, I swiped left to me. I'm going to click that one and I'm going to archive me, okay? So see what it says. Oops, chat hidden. I'll just read it to you. Just know that there's a thing on the middle of my screen. Chat has been hidden. You can still find this chat in search results. To unhide it, send a message and it will appear in your chats. So what I've done, I just got rid of Helen. Helen's gone. Helen's hidden. I've just hidden my own messenger, okay? So I archived me. Because I archived me, I've not deleted me, I've archived me. So if you want to go and clean up your messenger with prospects that you've dealt with in the past, 3-way chats, those kind of things, people that you don't really communicate with anymore but are sitting in your messenger, they'll just end up down your feed anyway because new stuff will come in. But you can archive them. Now, to get them back, if you know who it is, simply go back up to the search button. I'm going to put my name in there. Helen Martin. I'm still there. I'm still at the top. So all I need to do is type something in there and I will come straight up to the back of my newsfeed. So let's say I I hid Olive. She's archived. She's out of here. Had enough of Olive for today and I hid her. All I would need to do is go to my search button at the top, type Olive and then come in. So I'm using me at the moment. I'll just put an emoji in there. So I've just put the emoji in. Guess who's back at the top of my news feed? I just hid me. You saw that? Like I just archived me and got me out of my messenger. So as long as you know who to search for, then you can just search their name. And as long as you interact, then it'll come back into your main news feed. The same thing will happen if that person messages you. So you've archived them. So it doesn't mean that they can't message you from their side. Let's say they suddenly decide to message you. That'll just pop up straight up at the top of your newsfeed. Just so because you archive it doesn't mean anything's happened on the other end. The other person, as soon as they message you, that person is straight back up at the top of the newsfeed there. Let's say you get into the scenario where you've actually forgotten what the person's name was, but you're like, oh, I really want to follow up that person because I met somebody that knows that person and, something like that, but you archive them and you can't remember their name. This does need to be done from a computer, okay? But you can go to your computer pull up your messenger, the full messenger on your computer, and you will see, once you're in Messenger, you will see a picture of a wheel, what looks like a wheel. Okay, when you click on the wheel, it'll give you a whole lot of options, and it will say, can't remember the exact wording, but it's something like, so it says archive on my phone, but it says hidden chats on my computer. So it would say something like chats hidden or hidden chats or something like that. It's something kind of familiar wording to that, similar wording to that. So when I click on that, there they will all be. If you hide somebody or archive them, and some of you actually might have the option that says hide instead of archive, so you can hide it. So if you remember their name, you can bring them back in. If they message you, they'll be automatically brought back in. If you don't remember the name of the person that you archived or hid, just go to the computer, go to the messenger and bring the full messenger up on your screen. Click what is basically the wheel, like settings type thing. And then one of those options will be hidden chats or similar wording to that. And then there they'll all be sitting there. And then as soon as so you can look back on your history, or as soon as you engage back in that chat, it'll bring it back into your inbox. Okay? So that's another good way to organize your messenger. Now, two more things, quick things. You can also use that for, if you are the type of person in this industry that worries way too much what other people think, or you get caught up in your brain with, did they read it? Did they read it? Did they not? They've seen it. Why haven't they replied? They saw that hours ago. You've looked back again, no messages. If you're that person that has that head crap going on because of Messenger regarding who you've messaged and no one's responded, or you go looking, yes, they've seen it, but they haven't responded. If that does your head in, then here's my suggestion to you. If you can restrain, restrain yourself from looking, send the message to your prospect and then go swipe across and hide it. You don't need to deal with that necessarily until they respond. So if they don't ever respond, it's just sitting in your hidden chats. So you could do a lot of prospecting, send the message off, hide it, it'll go back, it'll go into that hidden chat. So you're not looking, you're not getting distracted, you're not wasting brain space going, they've read it, but they haven't responded. Why haven't they responded? All that kind of stuff. Just get it out of your head and keep moving forward and stop looking back. Stop wasting time chasing leads that may never respond back. Put it in your hidden chat. It's just a strategy, guys. Some of you will then probably go to your hidden chat and just check it out anyway. But the option is then to get a little bit smarter regarding your business, and you can go to then your computer at some stage when it's appropriate, when you've got half an hour, and just go into the hidden chats and just go and check who was there. Maybe I should follow that person up. They haven't responded. As soon as if you put it in the hidden chat, remember guys, as soon as the person responds, they're back in your inbox of your messenger. So you're not deleting them. You're not putting them aside. If they do respond, they're straight back in the top of your messenger. It's just a strategy for those of you that have a little bit of a nightmare stressing about whether people have responded or not. Send your message, swipe across, send it in your hidden box, and deal with it at another time, or deal with it all in a space of time, and get more effective about your business rather than worrying about whether people have responded or haven't responded and all the rest of it. Did you understand that? Okay. Just let me know that that was really clear in how to deal with messages. If you're the kind of person that gets really wound up whether somebody's responded or not, send your message, hide it, go into the computer later and deal with it if you want to, or just respond to it when the person responds, because it will hit straight back up to the top of your newsfeed. The one last thing I wanted to share with you guys is on your business messenger. So if you have an inbox for you have a business page, guys. So what we've been talking about is your personal messenger. So let's say you have a business page and you go into your messages. What I want to share you here, just in case you guys didn't know, if you want to be a little bit professional and you do have time away from your business, but you've got a business page, maybe you work in a 9-to-5 job and you do your business on the side, so there's just times that you can't get back to people, then leave a message, appropriate message in your business inbox, okay? Now, how do we do that? This is what I'm showing you now is my business page messenger. And what I want to show you is the icon at the top. Can you see far right? There's a little comment box with a green tick in it. Far right. If I click on that little green tick, far right, can you see what happens here? Away on Messenger until whenever. People who send messages will receive an away message, and you don't receive message notifications. View the settings. So you can actually alert people to the fact that you can't respond to their message on a business page. Some people don't know that there, so that's the cross. So if I just click it again, it gets rid of it, and I go back to the, I'm clicking it too fast. It goes back to the tick. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you, those of you that have business page. If you didn't know that there, go and check it out. Go and check the little tick. And if you want to let people know that you are away from your inbox on your business page for a little while, that is a way that you can do it. Okay, so was that helpful? Did you learn a couple of tips there that might help you organize your messenger a little bit better than you have before? Does it help those of you that get really caught up in sending messages and people don't reply for a strategy to go and hide them if you want to? Okay, so just check a couple of comments here. Thank you from Shara. Good to see you on. That's a great idea to hide it to avoid the distraction. Exactly. Yep, great idea. Hey, Matthew, good to see you on. Clear, I'm going to have to listen to this again. Yeah, no worries. Yep, the away busy message, that's right. Super smart move, Helen. Thank you. And also to Olive, who details it out for us. Thank you both. Now, I'm sure Olive has probably put something in here regarding Android. Here we go. On Android, you hold your finger on the person's name, chat, and a menu will pop up, okay? We get options: archive, delete, mute, open chat, head, markers unread, ignore messages, and block. So you've still got the archive message on Android. Thank you so much, Olive, and to those of you that have chatted in regarding Android. It's really helpful, to have those to have those instructions. So this may be a live video that you go and just watch the replay of to catch all those cool little tips, but this can make your life a little bit easier in Messenger, and more so smarter, guys. Messenger is a place that you can waste a lot of time. You can waste a lot of time looking for somebody. It's just it can be very unorganized. So those little tips there should give you, something to work with to keep you a little bit more organized. And just please remember, guys, what I shared with you more at the beginning of this video regarding the social media nudge in Messenger. Don't use that spammingly or obnoxiously. Just be very respectful of that. You don't want to do that all the time to one person. Could you imagine if you nudge, 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 nudge through what I showed you to do? It's going to get pretty annoying on the receiving end of that. So just with any of these things that I share with you, use them in a really respectful way. So again, I'm not going live tomorrow because I'm going to be on my US training for the next 3 nights. It's going to be a grueling 3 days. I'll just share some photos with you on my page and the group and share with you my journey and stories, and I'll tell you all about it next week. So if I'm looking a little bit, bags under the eyes next week, you'll know why. But thank you for joining me here today. I hope this was a really useful video to you. Feel free to, share it out to others or tag friends in it to let them know of these little tips as well. These are the things that, a lot of little things done well if it helps you, makes you more productive and organized, then why not, I say. I'm all about saving time and saving money and doing things a little bit smarter. So hopefully this video has achieved that for you today. So have an amazing weekend, guys, and I will see you on my first live video next week. And those of you in the video challenge, keep up the great work. Have some fun with it. I look forward to seeing what you guys are going to come up with the next few days. Okay, see you guys. Bye.